I want to thank everybody for coming and sharing your day and your experiences with my mom and our ceremony. But really, I want to talk about Inez and what a beautiful soul she is. And I say it in the present tense because when somebody enters your heart and gives so much of themselves, it's eternal, and it really and truly means a lot to me.
I met Inez at the bowling alley luncheon. She was excellent. As a matter of fact, she was the lead in that theme. So she got the most money out of all of them. My fondest memory of her is her inviting me to Christmas dinner at her home. And Keith cooked. And I brought my mom, and we had a wonderful time. And at the end of dinner, they ended up playing cards and having fun straight into the night. And then we went home. My deepest sympathy to the family. And Inez was an amazing lady, and she will be missed.
My fondest memory of Inez, we did some real estate deals. I was fortunate enough to sell her some land, and then I got to know her personally, you know, from working with her, and then I met her husband, Arthur, and then we spent time at the house, you know. Enjoyed a lot of personal time with her, like playing dominoes and listening to classic West Indian music in the background. A lot of times when we're playing dominoes, like Kathy and her husband, myself and Inez and Arthur, Inez hated to lose, right? So she would do anything she could in order to not lose, right? So you had to pay attention what she was doing. So it was like very good times, high spirit stuff. Her, myself, Kathy, you know.
Well, she was a very pleasant and a very nice individual. Very friendly and quiet. My heart goes out to them in their time of sorrow.
My fondest memory, one that sticks out in my mind, is one time she bought me a set of underwear for my birthday. And one of them said slippery when wet. And I thought that's kind of a little quirky for an aunt to be purchasing for her nephew. So she had a good sense of humor, yeah. Yeah, she was very she's quite serious at times, but she also had a pretty good sense of humor, yeah. Always loved to win. Any kind of sports like that, dominoes. Like I said, she liked to play tennis, but she wasn't very good, or golf. And bowling, she was good at bowling. She had her own bowling ball, her own shoes and everything. She used to like to go play bowl, like to go and bowl, and she also, you know, she liked participating in cards and dominoes with friends a few times a week. I just like to remember her from being a strong black woman, trying to make her way, and she did that very well. She was quite successful, and my mum, my Aunt May's sister, passed just almost 2 years ago, so hopefully they're together now, enjoying their company, and I just hope that they're resting in peace together, and they have found peace.
Inez was a dear friend of mine. You know, my dad passed in November and I didn't cry. And I loved him a whole lot. I mean, I loved him to death, but this is really hard. I met Inez in New Haven many years ago as a young girl. She was like a mentor. And, we just kept on being real good friends, and she visited my home in St. Lucia with me, and just really, really, really person that I respected. Really beautiful woman. Didn't have an ounce of malice in her. She respected everybody and gave them, she didn't think anybody was below her. Even if she was successful, she encouraged people. She encouraged me. And, if something good happened in your life, she was happy for you, and she told you that. And she let you know she was happy for you. So she liked good things to happen to everybody, not just herself. Fondly remembered. Fun, and I just love that lady. That's all I can say.
I have a lot of really fond memories of my mom, Inez. One of the things that we had in common is our love for travel. We took a trip to Mexico together, and what a blast. Now, we often talked about places that we had been to separately, but been to the same place. So we often talked about travel and places we've been, what we liked about those places, the food, how we struggled through those languages, if we even had any skills in them. Holding it together was tough. Yeah. And Kathy said, even for her father, she didn't cry, and I've had a couple of moments where it was tough, and I was glad that I was alone.
So if you could talk to your mom today and say something, you knew for sure she was in the room with us, and you'd like to say something to her, what would you say?
I love you. And then I'd say the taxes are paid, and that was a big thing to make sure that things were settled.
Walked this street 1,000 times or more, and I hope that I still do when I'm old. Here, memories flash in front of me. I see them clearly. A life I once had is sealed in this town of concrete and stone. Never be untold. The past, it is written in stone. Though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone. Standing in the hallway, as I've done 1,000,000 times before. I have seen this room and walked this floor before, and the walls know every story I have told. Memories flash in front of me. I see them clearly. Is sealed in this house of concrete and stone. And I know, though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone. Though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone. Oh, never be untold. The past is written in stone. Though I'm growing old, it can never be untold. The past, it is written in stone.